Hey, Dr. Karen here. Hope you are doing well. I wanted to come here real quick just to let you know about a special mini workshop I'm doing tomorrow with one of my business coaches, Trey Stinnett, who is the flow coach and the North American coach for the wealth dynamic system. So, Trey's been helping me for quite a number of months now, helping me automate. That's a good word. Automate, streamline, and organize my business. And this whole wealth dynamics concept has really been helpful for me because in the past, I kind of was like all over the place and loved to create stuff, but it wasn't that organized, and it would kind of struggle and pull my hair out over like being so disorganized and feel really bad about myself. But when I realized that of the 8 paths to wealth, that I was a creator profile, it really helped me appreciate my genius and my gifts, which I really took for granted. And then realized that the parts where I'm not a genius, I don't have to feel bad about it, that I can do the minimum necessary and then get help for that. So that was so helpful. I like sometimes to have that kind of structure to know, like, like who should I ask for help, what kind of person. And in the past, I did have a virtual assistant who had the same profile as me, and we ran into some trouble because both of us, as a creator profile, not so good at customer support. We had a bit of a chuckle over that, but it was a wee bit of a mini disaster when we had, an unhappy customer one time, and neither of us handled it that well. So, but now I know to complement my profile with other team members that complement my profile specifically, so that they do well what I don't do well, but I do well what they don't do well. And oh my gosh, it's helped my business immensely. Now, tomorrow at 4 p.m., I've asked Trey, my coach, to come and do like a mini workshop on this concept called the Wealth Lighthouse, and you may not have heard of it, but let me just show you just real quick, just kind of what it looks like. So there are 9 levels of wealth, if you will, and some of you may see these colors as like chakra colors, but the funny thing is I didn't understand before, when I was a struggling entrepreneur, that I was doing entrepreneurial strategies at the yellow and green level when I was in the infrared and red levels. Money wasn't coming in, and so I was doing all these online strategies and all these things, spending tens of thousands of dollars for all these different kinds of trainings, and I wasn't getting money in the bank, And had I learned about this Wealth Lighthouse, we that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, is going to be so helpful, because you'll be introduced to the concept of, okay, where am I in the Wealth Lighthouse, and what are the things that are most important for me to do? The next step. See, I was like 5 steps ahead. So you can't skip steps. That's the thing. You can't skip steps. So I was even trying to get my dear husband to skip steps, and because I could see this big vision. I'm a big visionary. The creator is a big visionary. So I was seeing all these, oh, you could do this and you could do this. And I was planning all this online stuff for him. And you know what? But I wasn't making any money either. So like, who am I to tell him what to do, right? So he kind of rejected it, which is probably good, because we were both in infrared and red, and those were not the right steps to take. Um, and so I figured it out, but it took many years of kind of like pulling my hair out and struggling a little bit, and just realizing through other mentorships and things like, oh wait, I shouldn't be doing this step. I should be doing this step. And I learned a lot through my Wellness Leadership Academy, because I'm at that step where I can do some of those bigger things, like writing a book. Yeah, how many people wanna write a book? Like, tons of people, right? But guess what? If you write a book at the wrong time, you don't impact anybody, and you spend a lot of money. Yeah. So, and I did that. Yes, I did that. That was my very first book. Lucky for me, it made it to #1 bestseller, and I got that title, but it took me over $21,000 to do it, and that is not normally how much you have to spend. And, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of people, to show it to. But anyway, live and learn, right? So tomorrow at 4, this mini workshop is free. So I have this link near this video. You can click the link to register for it. And we will record it. So if you can't make it, if you're on my mailing list, we will be sending that out and posting it in my Warrior Network group. And if you're in some of my other private groups, we'll also put the replay there as well. We'll load it up on YouTube so you can see it, at least to introduce you to these. And so I really think it's important for you to know which of those 8 paths to wealth you are, what kind of profile you are. And there's like a mini free quiz that you can do as well. We'll talk about that on the call tomorrow. And then we'll be mainly talking about these 8 paths to wealth and the Wealth Lighthouse, introducing this concept. And then, if you want to dive in further, if it resonates with you, if it makes sense to you, if you feel an alignment, like I did, then we'll be giving you an invitation to join the full workshop to really dive into these steps so you'll have actionable things specific to your profile on what to do next. So I hope you really have some time to join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. The link is near this video. And yes, that's right. Yeah, that's why team is so important. It really is. But here's the thing is sometimes, when we first start out, we don't want to do anything that we don't like. But we don't have money to hire a team, right? So what do you do then? So we're going to answer that question tomorrow. Okay. And a lot of people have all sorts of questions like, should I do a course now? Should I get affiliate partners? I had one of my, healer colleague, friends wanted to sell shares to her business. And because I knew the light white house, the Wealth Lighthouse, the minute she said she wanted to look into, people buying shares, and then all my healer friends, like in the same group, were like, "Oh, that sounds really great. I'll buy some shares." And I'm like, "No, that's like blue level stuff, right? Like, don't do it. You're an infrared, right?" She didn't get what I was talking about. Anyway, luckily she did have, somebody in the money business that said, "No, gal, don't do it. You're not ready for that." And I was like, phew, right? So I just didn't want her to spend all this energy and wasted time. So this Wealth Lighthouse has really been helpful for me. And it's kind of neat because when I see my friends with different, especially with healing businesses and seeing where they're at, I can kind of go, yep, they're here and this is what they should do or shouldn't do, kind of things. Although I'm not a coach in it, I'm still learning, but it's been incredibly helpful for me. So if you're interested, definitely register. It's a free mini workshop tomorrow at 4. And like I said, we will have the replay in case you can't make it live. And then the invitation to the full workshop, we're going to share as well in the event. And that is May 19th, May 19th, 12 to 7. So that is, the full workshop. If what you see tomorrow is of interest to you. And the really cool thing about being live tomorrow is, guess what? You get to ask your questions specific to your business. So Trey's an amazing coach. I've really appreciated his guidance, over the last year. And I know some of you are like, don't you have like a whole bunch of coaches? I'm like, yes. I'm in that space where I can benefit from multiple coaches. It's awesome. Anyway, so I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm really excited for this. And yeah, after the first time we presented this last year, I was just starting out, like just trying to get to understand this, to know this. But now that I've actually experienced what it's like to work in the system, let's just put it this way. I don't have a sense of anxiety or worry about the future because I know what step I'm on. I know where I am in the Wealth Lighthouse, and I know the checks and balances. There's actually a sheet for that, believe it or not. Yeah, there's a checklist. I love checklists. I love checklists. It's like, yep, nope, okay. There's a hole, right? Instead of me jumping 10 steps ahead and messing up because there were holes in the system, I now have this roadmap, and it's been so, so helpful. And it's really actually helped me ask the right questions of my mentors as well. Because sometimes people just don't know what to ask, and the mentor will, answer based on your question. But if you see the big picture and you know where you're at and what your next steps there are, then you know how to ask the right questions and get timely answers and that's what I get right now. So it is awesome. Oh, good. I'm so excited that you're excited. Yay. Yes. So we'll just make that intention that you can be there fully. And like I said, we will be taking some questions. I'll be sharing some of my experiences, you know, yeah, real vulnerable shares what went on with me. And then like I said, we are so grateful that Trey has agreed to do this free mini workshop for my tribe. So definitely take advantage of it. Get some mini coaching on this. Introduce yourself to, or he'll introduce us to this Wealth Lighthouse concept. So I'm hoping that you'll be like me last year, going, aha, ding, 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 ding. Wow. Okay. Wish I could have used that 20 years ago. Would have had a heck of a lot less struggle. Probably wouldn't have been quarter of a million in debt. But oh well, it's all good. I learned lots along the way and I got to share it with you. So I love sharing really, really great positive things with my community. So thanks so much for listening in. I hope to see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, for that mini workshop. And like I said, if it resonates with you, we'll hope to see you in the bigger full workshop on the 19th. Until next time, lots of love, and feel free to share this video too, and just, yeah, share that registration link for the freebie. The more the merrier. And yeah, I just want to help as many people as we can. All right, guys. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, fantastic. I will see you soon. Bye.